and welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Lauren, and today I am looking at a video that was suggested on the Discord. This one is called Starfleet Safety Inspector. Not going to lie, my knowledge of Star Trek is very limited. I've seen the Chris Pine movies, and then like 2 or 3 episodes of the original series and 2 or 3 episodes of the Next Gen. So, and the movie with the whales. That is what I've seen. So, limited knowledge. I know a lot about, like the red shirts. I can make those kinds of jokes. I can do that. But, so I don't know. This kind of feels like that undercover boss thing with Kylo Ren, So like that's kind of what I'm expecting here. Also, they're probably gonna make jokes about the tubes that they go up, the Jeffries tubes. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what to expect here, but like I said, I do know a little bit about Star Trek. I know a little bit about Starfleet. Looking forward to see what they have for me here. Let's begin.
I'm Lieutenant Alan Ebeling, and I'm a safety officer assigned to Starfleet's Division of...
I don't know that helmet fits you, though. So I'm going to mark off points for that automatically, because the helmet doesn't fit.
Operational Alan Ebeling, and I'm a safety officer assigned to Starfleet's Division of Operational Risk Management. I'm currently here in the Draught system at one of our newest outposts, conducting a safety inspection ahead of the arrival of the majority of the Starfleet crew.
Okay.
What about these floating beams over here? What's keeping them up? Prayers?
Oh, good. Love that.
Are a deeply spiritual people, and they originally constructed this space station in accordance with their beliefs, which are basically pantheistic. They worship this omnipresent, invisible benevolence called the goodness that they believe is powered by their faith in it.
So that doesn't sound pantheistic. Because a pantheon has a bunch of different gods. That sounds like one guy. Also, it is kind of giving orcs from Warhammer. We believe it, and so it shall be.
We think it's actually just a stronger than average magnetic field, which is why certain objects are able to levitate like that.
Oh,
but
cool.
They really need to install some physical supports under those beams because they are load-bearing, and that magnetic field is kind of in and out. So obviously this facility wasn't built by Starfleet. This is a Draughish space station, and Starfleet is assuming control of it to fulfill the terms of the peace treaty that ended the war between the Draughts and the Federation. That's the sort of arrangement Starfleet has made before, with mixed results, if you ask me, but you didn't, and most of that stuff is way over my head.
Because no one asks the middleman, like no one asked us guys in the middle. We just do what we're told. We might know better than the manager. But the manager don't ask us. Not that I'm thinking about specific managers that I've had in the course of my time doing like food service and bar work, where suddenly the manager comes in, or somebody related to the manager comes in and starts making all of these wild changes and making decisions, and we just have to sit there and smile and allow it to happen, even though we can think about 3 or 4 different ways why that's not going to work, what you're suggesting, sir.
It is an arrangement that demands an exceptionally high standard of safety, however, because not only will this station host a Starfleet crew, there is a fairly large civilian population here as well.
Great.
So you can imagine explain the Federation Draught War? Okay, sure. I guess a lot of people probably missed it when it happened.
I guess it doesn't. For me, it wouldn't really matter. Okay, there was a war. It's over. The end. Goodbye.
Draught declared war on the Federation pretty much out of nowhere and deployed its entire military to capture a single Starfleet shuttlecraft that was passing through the far edge of Draughish territory. The Draught government contacted the Federation and immediately began negotiating for peace. In exchange for the safe return of the shuttle and its occupants, the Federation accepted all of the Draught's terms, which included admitting Draught as a Federation member, making this place a Starfleet outpost.
They really shouldn't have did that.
And I think the Drottish Prime Minister's son wanted a horse. So the whole thing, from the capture of the shuttle and the declaration of war to the signing of the peace treaty, took about 6 hours. Popular opinion is that the Drotts started the war because they wanted to join the Federation, but they were too embarrassed to just ask.
Sounds correct. Sounds right. Why did we let them join the Starfleet or the Federation? Why did we let them do that after that? I don't know. Like what can the Drotts bring to the Federation? I guess the point of the Federation is to sort of protect people, right? So they want more people in it. You know, just it increases their reach, but also, you know, like the point is to protect folks, right?
Whatever works, I guess. What is that? Is that a gun? A cake decorating gun.
Oh,
Okay,
I've seen
what about
those.
that? That is a gun. Like a gun. Why do they look so much alike?
For fun.
Do they both need to be here?
For shenanigans. It's, you know, you gotta put some things in place to move the plot forward, right? So if you are watching some kind of horror movie of some kind and somebody is washing dishes and they find a fish fork or something, and they wash the fish fork and they put it upright in the dish drying rack with those little prongs on it, you know someone's chin is going through that. Sometimes you just have to do something for plot reasons.
Okay, well, for now, can you make sure they're clearly labeled? No, label them. Don't just put a piece of tape on one of them. What if you forget which one the one with the tape is?
Good
What
point.
if the tape falls off? Don't use tape.
Use a label maker.
Use the right thing. Don't ever use tape. It's a good thing for Starfleet in the long run. This place is kind of a mess right now, but once it's all up to code, it'll be an asset.
Okay, if you
We're
say
in
so.
a rebuilding phase following another war that I probably don't need to remind anyone about.
Real war.
That lasted a lot longer than 6 hours, and when we're able to acquire and rehabilitate existing structures instead of building something from scratch,
Okay.
it speeds up that rebuilding process.
He explained
And,
it to me. That's
you
what
know,
they brought.
Strategically, the Drott
Thank you.
system is in a prime location for us, right on the border of the Zarkslor Confederacy. With Drott joining the Federation and Starfleet maintaining a presence here, maybe Zarkslor will think twice about trying to invade Brush Tub Prime for the 11th time.
Great.
The station still needs a lot
Thank you for explain. See, that was what I asked about 2 minutes ago, and he answered it. So good.
of work, but I believe it'll be worth the effort when all is said and done. I have to believe that. Okay.
I still want to squish his hat down.
See this
further.
exposed conduit down here? Is there power going to that right now? Okay. Number one, there shouldn't be power going to an exposed conduit. Number two, if for some reason there has to be power going to it, there should absolutely never be something flammable anywhere near it.
Like the plants?
So this plant needs to be moved somewhere else. Why can't you move it? Who told you? The mayor.
That gravity going down again.
Despite Drott's pending Federation membership, this station will officially be a joint operation outpost. Typically how this works is Starfleet administrates the station in cooperation with the military or scientific exploration service of a non-Federation member home planet. But in this case, this is a civilian outpost for the Drotts with a civilian government, and that civilian government will
Right.
remain aboard to continue to carry out Drottish affairs, which means the senior Drottish official on the station is the mayor, and his concept of safety
good.
differs from my own.
Good.
Tance, that's his name, Mayor Tance, he is an elected official, which is great. Democracy, I'm a fan.
Love it.
And as such, he frames everything in terms of how it will affect his political career.
Sounds correct.
That I'm not such a fan of. Public safety shouldn't be a political issue, you know?
Agreed.
This is a space station.
Also, you would think that public safety would be something that he'd want to improve upon for his political aspirations, right? Or at least be seen to be improving public safety.
It's an artificially created atmosphere surrounded by a vacuum. There are numerous potential failure points in the structure of this station that if even one of them goes, everybody in here dies.
Haha, at least it'll be
Three
quick.
meetings with Mayor Tance since I got here, and in each one he stressed the fact that he's up for re-election later this year.
Yeah, so he should be protecting people.
Okay, that's not my problem. But if it was, I might consider the fact that people who have been blown out through hull breaches
Can't
tend
vote
not
for
to
you?
vote after that happens. Some of his politicking isn't a problem, for me at least. It's just annoying. He's been telling people inviting Starfleet to run the station was his idea. It wasn't, but what do I care?
Whatever.
Once everything passes inspection and the full Starfleet crew complement
then he can
moves in,
peace, like-
this place is being rechristened Deep Space Station Kennedy. I'm not sure which Kennedy it's in
One of
honor
them.
of. One of the good ones, not that one who brought polio back for some reason. It just so happens
With his brain worms.
Kennedy sounds a lot like the Drottish word for enviable fate, so the locals were all for it. When Tance saw how popular it was, he said the name was his idea too. Again, not true, but who cares? But I'm not even done with my initial inspection, and I can already tell you that
I've done 3 rooms. It's not looking good.
this station needs a lot of upgrades to meet safety standards, and Mayor Tance is not happy about how visible a lot of that work is going to be. He's worried his constituents will blame him for how unsafe the station is instead of giving him credit for presiding over the station becoming safer. He wants people to think it is safe right now, which
Okay.
also means he's eager to sweep most of these issues I'm identifying under the rug.
Okay, I see what he's doing now. I get it. I see I've made some more connections. I've solved it. I get it. I'm on board.
What's underneath that rug over there? Can you lift it up and show me?
Sweep it under the rug.
Why not? That is an excellent reason. Lifting rug on level 15, section 8 causes explosive decompression. Will somebody please brace those beams with something?
Yeah.
Having been in this job
Oh my god, I am an idiot though. He was saying beams, like, oh my god. I was thinking like literally like beams of light. I was thinking about like the bridges in like Portal 2 is kind of where my brain was at when he's talking about beams. I wasn't thinking I'm gonna see if I can't suffocate myself just by like putting my fingers over my my face and just sucking in. That, oh my god. Wow. Wow, am I dumb? Also, there's a weird light that was blinking a second ago. Maybe I just hallucinated that. There's no lights. Okay, I'm having a breakdown. A breakdown in sanity. And in being able to decipher reality. That wow. Okay. Well, I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. That's so funny. I was like, as soon as I was like, oh, I got him. I know what he's doing. I see the allegories. I know who he's talking about. And then he said the beams, and why did I think it was a beam of light? Did he call them illuminated beams or something? No, he didn't. He just called them floating beams. He just called them floating beams. I just had I think maybe because I was looking at the lights or something in the background, and so my brain just made a couple of connections and then was just accepting of the fact that it made perfect sense for some reason. I need to go find a wall to smash my head against. Wow.
Having been in this job for a while now, I've heard all the jokes. Someone asks me what I do, and I say safety officer, and they go, "You exist?" I get that a lot from Starship crew members, especially. You know, all the stories about computer consoles exploding, landing parties bringing mind-controlling parasites back to the ship because of a failed biofilter in the transporter, replicators being asked to make a child-safe toy, but instead making one with multiple choking hazards. Then, as the child is choking, you replicate an airway clearance device, which also has choking
Of
hazards.
course it does.
That one actually happened to my sister and my
Ugh.
late nephew. What I'm saying
Oh,
is, I understand
that's
it
so
to a point,
sad.
the
Why would you throw
skepticism
that
about
in
my
there?
job and the value of safety inspections, but I'm not there inspecting the ship or the space station in this case during every day of its extended service. I come in at the beginning and make sure everything is up to code, and then I move on to the next one. We're in Starfleet. Our outposts are built in the farthest reaches of known space. Our ships travel at thousands of times the speed of light. Our crews encounter unimaginably complex and dangerous life forms and phenomena, and ever-changing circumstances can have profound and unpredictable effects on infrastructure and equipment. So if the passive laser restraint system fails on a sudden stop and the captain takes a header through the view screen, or the holodeck spontaneously aborts in the middle of a program and instantly vaporizes everyone inside, or the automatic doors start cutting people in half, all I can tell you is it didn't do that during my final inspection. Except the holodeck thing, but they assure me they are going to fix that eventually.
Oh, great.
Being a safety inspector for Starfleet isn't about eliminating risks. That's impossible. What we do is inherently risky. My job is to manage those risks. All those sparks are going to be a problem, and I'm being told it'll be at least another week until we can get someone out here to fix it.
Wow.
Okay, in the meantime, can you install a color filter or something? Make the sparks orange or yellow? Something other than green. Starfleet people aren't going to like green sparks.
Why?
No, green flames are fine, just not green sparks.
Why?
Will it do green flames? The nice thing is, with the exception of the mayor here, everyone is on the same page. Despite the jokes and the doubts about the usefulness of my job, all of us who live and work in these facilities want them to be as safe as possible. The mission is important, the work is important, but there is no mission without the crew. The work doesn't get done without the crew. Service in Starfleet is always going to be dangerous, so we owe it to each other to make sure the level of that danger is never any higher than it needs to be.
Okay.
That's why we all
Sure.
agree that health and safety should always be a top priority. I can't imagine living in a world where that wasn't the case.
Me neither.
Why is that thank goodness for Mayor Taunt's mug sitting on the control panel like that? That's not a safe place. Can you move it, please? Yes. Okay, so that button is what keeps the gravity on? And the mug was pressing the button. I see. All right, just put the mug back where it was for now.
See what he's talking about.
No, that won't. There's no gravity. Hold the button down first, then put the. Forget the mug, just hold down the button. All right. Don't move. Stay right
Someone
like
needs
that.
to like get a little electric.
Does anybody have any tape?
So much for no tape. Tape is good. Is it duct tape? All right. Okay, I appreciated that. Oh goodness, there's someone called Starfleet Lawyer. All right. Well, that was fun. You know, there was a few things like I see where he's coming from on some of these. I see where he gets some of those jokes. I still feel so stupid about the beams. I don't know why. Like, I feel like part of it is I've also, you know, have Welcome to Night Vale, and they talk about the beams in Welcome to Night Vale, and the beams they're talking about are like lasers. they're also just like not physical metal beams, like support structures. I'm so anyway, we're not going to talk about how dumb I am for the rest of this video because it's almost over anyway. This was fun. Thank you for the suggestion. Let me know what other things I should look at. If you want to see more of this particular creator, go ahead and let me know. I hope that me not knowing too much about Starfleet isn't going to be too much of an issue. Someone explained the green sparks to me. I like that has to be a reference to something. And I'm like, one of the only references that I'm going to get is like tribbles. I didn't watch that episode, but I know what tribbles are. You know, like there's a couple of those references that I'm gonna get. Um, you know, like Pon Far, I know what that is. Like I never saw that episode, but I know what that is. There's certain things that is osmosis. I know what they are. Um, some of them I don't. Green sparks, no idea. So go ahead and let me know. I appreciate it. And let me know other things to look at, and I shall get to those as well. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.